I think they have a shot. I mean, the Jags have a great defense, but they still have. I've been telling Lurch all morning. All right, look, the Chiefs are obviously better, but the Chiefs scored 30 on them. That defense gave up 40 to the Cowboys, gave up 24 to the Eagles, 29 in their first matchup with the Colts, 24 to the Bills. You can beat the Jags. They got 4 wins. You can beat them.
Their defense is kind of like, well, the Redskins aren't a good comparison because the Skins were really good for 6-7 weeks and then have been really bad since, whereas this Jags defense kind of periodically shows up when they decide they had a weeks ago was really stout, and Andrew Luck came in there hot, and they shut him down. I think the Jags defense at this stage of their season is kind of showing up when they think they have a big opponent or a chance to make a statement. The Redskins aren't a chance to make a statement. This offense hasn't looked good all year. I can't imagine Jalen Ramsey is too interested in shutting down Josh Johnson. I just can't imagine that registers
right, but they don't
on
want a 4th-string quarterback off the couch coming in and beating them either.
Sure, but I would say that they don't think that's even possible.
Yeah. Well, here's my question about the defense. So when you got guys, MFing the team and going on social media and complaining, Zach Brown saying he's out of there. I mean, when you've got guys saying these things publicly, how can you trust them to really focus on a football game?
It's a really fair question. And I'm not sure you can. And I'm not sure they have the coaching staff to grab their focus and put it back on the game. We won't know unless they show up Sunday afternoon. It's remarkable. You know what's crazy too is we obviously the Reuben Foster signing was such a big deal because of the domestic violence and in a way what the Redskins were condoning by bringing him into the organization, all of those things. But if you look at what's happened to their 2 middle linebackers in the time since Reuben Foster got signed, I mean, that's when Zach has since been benched. He missed a couple days of practice with an illness that maybe the team doesn't quite believe. Now you got Mason Foster, who is truly probably the most liked, well-respected player in that locker room from both the players and the coaching staff. Now you've got him on social media, saying what he said to fans. Whether or not that should have ever gotten out, he never should have said it. As much as the Reuben Foster thing became a national issue about domestic violence, in that locker room, I think it did something else. And just, if you look at kind of what was going on beforehand and what has happened since, it kind of adds up.
It's interesting. I was wondering if you could kind of point to the acquisition of HaHa Clinton-Dix when the wheels started to fall off a little bit.
Yeah, that's another really good one. Monte Nicholson in February at the Combine this year, Jay Gruden told me and a handful of other reporters that they considered Monte defensively as they did Jordan Reed on offense. And fast forward, 6-8 months, they're trading for HaHa Clinton-Dix. I think.
Why?
I think there's a couple things at play. I believe Monte Nicholson isn't dealing with concussion issues at this point, but I do think that they have concern about his long-term ability to play with the Redskins. I think he deals with migraine headaches and stuff like that. He often is wearing sunglasses and like a hat pulled down low. So you don't know where he is kind of mentally and where his, I don't want to say mental health because that has different connotations, but I think they have questions there. And at that point, they thought they were in the middle of a playoff run. Hey, we can get HaHa at a pretty discounted rate, a 4th-round pick. Maybe that's worth doing. In hindsight, I don't think it was.
I
think
in hindsight, they want that 4th-round pick back.
Absolutely. He's been steadily worse for this defense than it started at a decent spot and has declined rapidly.